What up, YouTube? We having technical difficulties, man. Oh no, we good. We green. We back at it with another video, baby. Day 26 of the yo, man. I'm posting every day for 90 days. Y'all need to stay with me. Stick with me. The content gonna evolve, man. Just stay with me. Stay here. Um, but yeah, so we day 26 in 90 days, man. I'm just really sharing my journey. I want y'all to stick with me, man. I'm here to um listen, man. I'm gonna be honest. It's a YouTube. I'm just starting out, and I'm gonna stop saying that like as a excuse. But I'm having fun with it. I'm making this a hobby. I want to, like I said, the content's going to continue to evolve. But I'm posting every day. This is a 90-day challenge. I'm posting every day for 90 days. So that's where I'm gonna start getting used to the camera again. We were doing a little mixture of just me talking. We did a little bit of affirmations. I'm gonna get back to the affirmations, but I feel like this week it's been a little funny week. It's been a little weird week this week in regards to my ideas and kind of the structure of things. I really just wanted to free flow. I wanted to free flow because I use this really to vent and get a lot of ideas out of my head, get a lot of things that I want to talk about out. So this is why I'm here, and this is what we're going to talk about. I don't like today. I don't know. I just been thinking about. I think about my college career a lot. I think about the process of the recruiting process in college and how as a kid, man, I really didn't know nothing. And you get sold so many different things, and you just think about college being like these coaches are salesmen, man. They got to sell their program. They got to say what they need to say, do what they need to do in order to get the kids that they need to get in order to win. Um, and I don't know, man. It just I never really thought of it like that. I just was so happy to play basketball, play Division 1, and it's just basketball. I try to tell myself that all the time, but I think what bothers me is going in. You're so young, you're naive, you don't know. Kids come from all different types of backgrounds, and now with these new opportunities, the kids making money, which is awesome, and keep people got a chance to make it to the NBA, make a lot of money. Um, but what I think what's been in my brain today, right? We always talked about. Can y'all see me? Is this working? They always talk about family, 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 and it just made me think about how important having a father figure, being a black male, having a black father figure in your life is so crucial. And it made me think about Deion Sanders. I've been following Deion Sanders and Shador and them a lot, and having that masculine energy to showing you how to navigate life and deal with certain things, deal with certain situations. Um, there's some things you got to do on your own to cultivate strength and balance, but just having that role model is so crucial and so important. And having somebody who's going to stand up for you no matter what. Some people got to be thrown in the fire. Not everybody going to get need the same thing, but just having that role model there, man, it makes things a lot easier as a man. Like I said, you're still gonna go through what you're gonna go through, but just seeing how to navigate and how to handle certain situations is so crucial. And it just make me think about myself and how vulnerable I was, thinking I knew everything, thinking, oh, I'm gonna just go to the NBA, and then thinking how naive that. Just looking back at how naive that sounds, and I want to forgive myself for that, and forgive that Chris who, not saying forgive that Chris, but just 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 give myself grace because I really didn't know. My family didn't know. We didn't know because you get recruited. They start talking about these different things, and you start looking up to these coaches as a father figure. But it's at the end of the day, they're like they got their own family, they got their own thing going on. Like how can I? You know what I mean? Like I gotta wear multiple hats. Some can, some can't. Um, and it just think about how naive it was for me to think that this coach was going to be a father figure to me, which is like, is it really? Like, is that the truth? Most of the time, it's not. At the end of the day, they're just a coach. They're your coach. They have a job to do. But when you're 16, 17, you don't know that until you become a man. You start growing up. You're like, oh shit, it's different. Some people know that because some people grew up faster than others. But you get out of it. I gotta stop saying but. You get out of it and you start to notice like, yo, we all figuring this out. We all figuring this thing out. They probably like everyone comes from different type of family backgrounds. Everyone has a whole different idea of what family looks like, and people, all these kids from different backgrounds need different things. The one thing that is in common is love, honestly, but some might need tough love, some might not. So it's like, as a coach, you know how hard that is to navigate when these kids coming from all these different types of background with a lot of things going on in their life. Like, it's really tough, and it's just thinking like how naive I was to think, oh, this person's going to be family, this person's going to be this, and you really believe that, and think that. And it's like you come out of school and it's like you by yourself and you're like, shit, I can't, what I'm gonna do? And as men, we do have to learn how to ask for help. But it's like you come out of school but think about us and our families, right? How, yeah, they say family, 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 but we might all think family different. We might all have a different idea what family. Some people might have fucked up families. Is that the family we trying to emulate? What are we trying to emulate? What does that family look like? What is the culture that we're building? And I think that's so important for kids nowadays, and it's gonna be so important for kids behind them. You know what I mean? So it just made me think about. I met a guy today, mentors and big sister, big brother, big sister. And eventually, I want to do mentors. I want to do that. But it was cool that I signed up for it. Well, I didn't really sign up for it, but they're gonna send me more information on it. But it was cool that I did that. It was cool that I did that. Yeah, it's just, I mean, how am I? That it's just thinking about how, I don't know where I was going with that, but it's just I keep going back, playing those visits, those college visits in my brain. Like, wow, I was naive, didn't know what was, just excited. Oh, I'm going D1. I'm going to the NBA. Like, no, it's not really, buddy. But now we in a situation where life after basketball. So what we gonna do? You know what I mean? What we gonna do now? And that's where I want this to go. That's where really want this channel to go. Is I'm talking to the people. I'm talking to my people. That's y'all at that stage where y'all been fighting for basketball, but now it's like, okay, bills coming. You might got kids now. I don't have kids, but you might got kids. You might got bills, and that overseas ain't paying how it was used to pay. So now you really have to. And you don't want to do the 9 to 5. You know you can. You know you don't want to do 9 to 5. You know you want to be an entrepreneur. So that's where this journey for me begins as well. Y'all seeing the transition from athlete to up and coming entrepreneur, who's been in real estate. While I was in college, people don't know this, I was drop shipping. While overseas, I was running my real estate business, running the marketing, which I didn't know what I was doing, but I did it. So I've always had that spirit, and I just didn't want to do 9 to 5. My mom always be like, "Get a job." I'm like, I can't. I always had that entrepreneur spirit of I want my schedule the way I want it to be, and I noticed as I continue to dig deep in myself, that's who I am, and that's who I have to embrace. And if I do anything outside of that, it's going to dim my light. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking to those people that you got no other choice but to be an entrepreneur. This is what you do. This is who you are becoming. But it's tough because everybody around you gonna tell you, "Oh, you should get a job. You should do this. You should do this." And I've just been watching so many documentaries on entrepreneurs and how they just had a vision and they made it come alive. They ain't care about what nobody was saying, what the economy looked like. They didn't care about none of that. They just had a vision and was going to make that vision manifest into the real world. And Every time I feel low, I feel down, I think about that. Every time I'm like, yo, damn, should I get a job? Should I do this? I think about that. I think about that every time. And you pray on it. Whatever you do, manifest affirmations, write it down. But that's probably one of the most important things that I've been thinking about is going against the grain. And that's what this whole channel is about. We going against the grain, man. We going against the grain. And yo, shout out to my boys too from Iceland too. I sent them the video. I sent them the page today. Man, I gotta come out Iceland too. They've been saying there's no trainers out there. Well, we gotta find out how to get out there and train my boys. So shout out to my boys from Iceland. Everybody watching from Iceland too. My family, my Icelandic family. I can't even remember no Icelandic words. That was random, but I had to shout them out though. But yeah, man, just having this entrepreneurial spirit and going against the grain and going with what your heart knows and believes. And I think that's one of the hardest things to do. But it's gonna bring you the most fulfillment in your life. I feel like it might not be the same for everybody, because everybody gotta have their own stages of life that they're in. Like your age, I'm not even gonna get that. I'm not even gonna get to that. I'm not even gonna talk about the soul and the path. I ain't gonna talk about all that. Your life path. I ain't gonna talk about all that. But it gets so much deeper. It's so many ways I can go with this channel, man. I have so much knowledge, and I just have to learn how to teach it. But I feel like the way I talk, who I am is like, I feel like I can be more relatable instead of being like a structured teacher. But yeah, it's just so many things. But everybody got their own stage in life. Everybody going through their own. Everybody has their own path of enlightenment, their own path of evolution, or whatever you want to call it. And it can't be cookie cutter for everybody. Yeah, there's a structure, there's a way, but you can make the way if you really believe and truly have faith in it, like, and take action towards those things. But I don't know, man. I ain't gonna keep y'all too long today. What I'm talking for 12 minutes. I ain't talking about nothing much today, so I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna get to bed, bro. It's late. It's late for me. I gotta get up. I got yoga tomorrow, so I'm gonna let y'all go. Like I said, I appreciate y'all for following me on this journey. It's day 26 again. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep pushing. I've been consistent for 26 days, so we're gonna keep going. And I'm loving it. And I'm enjoying it. So that's what we're doing. Peace.